Today in the wood yard, firewood stacks. Here we go. So as you can see, there is some firewood left in my trailer from yesterday's stacking that I did not complete because I am a failure. Happens all the time here because there's always work to do and I never get it all done. So if you're going to do firewood, basically, you're going to be a failure for a lot of your life because there's always more work to do. You're never going to be finished. That's kind of how it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of this wood in the trailer. I'm going to put it right here. And then after I'm done with that, we're going to go over to the splitter, and I got a bunch of rounds over there that we're going to split up, and then we're going to split them right into the trailer. And we're going to stack them, they, however you want to say it. It's wood. After that's done, we're going to empty out the trailer because there's a whole bunch of trash and crap and a bunch of stuff in there that I don't want. We're going to go dump that in the woods, and we're going to do some cleanup basically. So we got work to do. I better get busy. So today is another spectacularly beautiful day here in the wood yard. Not just because you're here and I'm here, but because the sun is out, the birds are singing, and it's only about 74, 75 degrees. Just beautiful. Those of you that live in parts of the country or parts of the world where it's always hot, where it's always 90 degrees and 100% humidity, I feel sorry for you. It's very dry air today, so it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful to be outside. And days like this are pretty common in Wisconsin here, where I am. We have days where it gets humid, 90 degrees, but we don't have many. And it's just nice here. It's really nice. Our summers are fantastic. Winters, it can be a little bit different. Sometimes it's a little nipply out here. So I'm going to get all this stacked, and then we're going to do a bunch of other work today. Yesterday I got a little bit done, but not much because I didn't have much time. Now today it is, I don't know, it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock. I think it's around 3 o'clock. And I got the rest of the day, so I'm just going to keep working on doing some stuff around here and find some jobs to do that need to be done. I see there's a bunch of cookies laying right over here on the other side of the wood pile that I got to get rid of too. So that's all got to go in the cookie bin. Now this ash and maple, that is what this was from the pile that I cut over there. It's amazing how fast this stuff is drying. It just feels dry already. And it just got split. We've had sunny, warm days like this, and it just dries really fast. This wood is going to be just fantastic in a very short amount of time. It does not take long for this stuff to dry because a lot of it was dead standing wood when it was cut, and then it sat for a while on my gravel waiting to be cut. And it just dries fast. So we're going to speed things up here. I'm going to get this stacked faster. So there it is. The wood is stacked. The trailer is empty except for the debris down here, which is that's a bunch of debris that was left over from a trailer full of wood that I processed. And I'm going to just leave it in there until I get this wood over here split, because I have all these nasty looking rounds over here. This stuff here I gotta get done and get this raked up, and I'll just throw all the debris from this right into the trailer. Here's some from where we split yesterday, but I'm going to get that done in just a minute. So here goes the trailer down. Push the down button and here she comes. This is a gravity down trailer. It doesn't use any electricity from the battery or energy from the battery, so it's kind of nice that you just can open up everything, and there's also a valve you can open on the inside down there too. But the first stage goes real fast, second stage, so on the third stage is a little slower. But I like the gravity down. Some people don't like it because they think it's kind of slow, which it is, but you're saving on your batteries. And I know with my old trailer I could get about 10 or so dumps up and down. With this one I can easily get 12, 14, even though it's going up higher. So there it is. The debris is all down in this end. So now I'm going to start the tractor up, and we're going to move the trailer up over into here. But before I do that, I'm going to get the rounds kind of in place so I know right where I got to place the trailer. And I'm also going to switch back to the single wedge. I'm going to take the 4-way out because this is a lot of crotchy stuff like this here, and I'm going to put the single wedge in. So that's what's going to happen. That's the last one, and I can't lift it. I mean, I think I could, but I'm pretty sure I'd get another hernia. I got it about a foot off the ground, and that was about all I had. I should have left a couple rounds in front of you that were smaller that I could roll it on and flip that I could roll it up, but I can't do it. So I went and got my trusty X27 Fiskars, and that's got a 36-inch handle, so it's about 6 inch sticking out the end there. So it's about a 30-inch chunk of ash, and it's partially dry, so it's going to split really terribly. But I'm going to whack on it with the X27 and see what I can get to have happen. See if I can pop it down at least a few notches. So we're going to give it a try. All right, so here it is. It's a big boy. It's already drying a lot. It's ash. It was a dead tree when they cut it, so there was not a lot of moisture in it. And I cut this just, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, if that even. And this is the cut end right here, and it's already cracking pretty deeply. So I know it's going to be really hard to split, because ash, once it's dead, it splits pretty hard because it dries up, it tightens up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of work on whittling off some of the chunks here till I get it down to a manageable size. So I'm about to whack on this thing until I pass out. So let's see what happens. I'm going to start like right over here, I think. Let's see what happens. Yep, it doesn't want to go. Oh, I got it started a little. Oh, it ain't moving much. Oh, I'm winning. Ooh, look at that. Whew, that was a bunch of hits just to get that chunk off. Whew. All right, now I'm going to take this off right here. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Whew. All right. So I'm going to take this off right here, hopefully. Whew. All right. Not too shabby for an old fart. Yes, I'm a winner. That's all I got to say. Now I can split it because it's manageable. Whew. That's fun swinging an axe. Too bad my body doesn't like it. Okay, now we're going to split. What was once here is now there. The wood is in the trailer. That's probably a half a cord if I had to guess. That's probably about what's in there. That's a lot of wood. That last piece you saw that I did, that when I couldn't lift, well, I could have lifted if I really wanted to. It was 36 pieces, and it was really nice stuff. I mean, stuff this size here. So 36 chunks of beautiful wood from one piece. And that was a butt piece that was right down to the ground they had cut off. And there's a lot of good wood in those stumps. A lot of people leave stumps standing, and it's good wood. Generally, it's the thickest part of the tree, always, generally. So there it is. So now we're gonna back up the trailer over there. We're gonna stack this, and then when I get that done, we're gonna clean all this mess up, all the debris here. I'm gonna rake all this up, throw it right into the trailer here, and then, or actually throw it right into the bucket, and then I'll drive the tractor up to this, push the rest of this out, go dump that, and then I'm gonna use the bucket to pick up the chunks that are over there that you see, and these chunks right here, and we'll dump those back in a cookie bin, which is up in the front of the tractor there. So then this whole area right here will be spicked and spanned. Well, I figured seeing as I'm doing cleanup, I might as well clean this up too. I got the bucket on, so I'm gonna take all these cookies back and dump it. I'm gonna clean up all this debris and all the debris there. I'm gonna get this all cleaned up so next time I process, it's all a clean slate. So cleaning happens again. Well, that's looking pretty, nice and clean here. However, there's one area that needs some attention. I will show you. I'm gonna go to the other side. So what I just did is I just wiggled the tote out from the chute. This is the chute where the sawdust comes out from being cut. And that's about as full as I can have it where I can still move it. I can wiggle it back and forth. And all this sawdust under here, as you can see, is good stuff that I'm gonna scoop and throw in here. And then this is some of the first stuff we cut that we put on a tarp. I'm gonna scoop that into here too, so I'll probably be filling this up. I'll get this all kind of cleaned up. And the two totes over here are the totes that Bert took with sawdust to use for his chickens. And he emptied those and brought them back. So those are back. So now I can wiggle one back over here, pull it over here. When they're empty, they're pretty easy to move, and I'll just stick it over here. No, I still didn't get any forks. It's on my list. There's about 47,000 things that people tell me that I need to get, and forks is one of them. I hear that a lot. And it's gonna happen eventually. So I'm gonna scoop this up, put it in there and clean that all up, put a new tote in place. The tote is full, the bags are full. I cleaned up the tarp, I moved the new tote into place so it can receive sawdust, and I got the totes all moved in this area. I cleaned up most everything underneath. I got all the cookies put away, so it's all clean. So that probably means tomorrow I should make another mess. That's pretty much what's going to happen. So I'm either tomorrow, depending on what the temperature is, I think right now it's probably about 64, 65 degrees. I think tomorrow morning it's supposed to be in the 50s. So I may cut wood tomorrow in the pile. I'll show you back here. Otherwise, if it's hot, I'm going to use the processor and we're going to process wood. But I really want to get this area cleaned up right here tomorrow. So I got this little bit of stuff right here, these little tiny sticks. I got that maple right there that needs to be processed, and then I got some of this can be processed, but a lot of this is going to need to be cut with a chainsaw because there's some crotchy stuff in here. But yeah, so I could either cut on that pile, or I could pick it out and pull some stuff out and process it and put the other stuff to the side. So I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, because I can do whatever I want. That's the beauty of being in a wood yard. You can do as much as you want. That's it for today, folks. You know what to do. Tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. another video. Otherwise, you go to my channel right now. There's all kinds of videos just like this you can watch. There's lots of them. Over 750. You should do that. Good night, everybody.